unreal individual performances, and we know they can just be such powerful firepower pieces when they're called upon. So for EG, I think they want to set the tempo early on. They're going to be starting on this T side on Inferno. And the last time we watched Team 1 on Inferno, Maluk dropped 25 kills in the first half.
It was absolutely insane. One player we have to keep our eye on is for sure Walco. I think he's always had that potential to frag out, but we haven't really seen it here.
He's actually been top of the board for EG in a lot of their games.
Really?
Yeah, if you look at it, maybe they're not.
Maybe I was just looking at that.
It's massive over performances, but Walco's popped off, man. Walco's had some really good performances here. He's been playing as an anchor on their CT side as well, which gives them a lot of flexibility in terms of having that secondary calling voice or tertiary calling voice, whatever you would call him, basically control his own site. It's going to be an explode on towards B, it seems, is the only place they have presence, so a straightforward B take, and IDK is the only one positioned to do anything about it. He's flashed, he's smoked, there ain't a whole lot he can find, a bit of chip-up damage, but it'll be completely unconfirmed, and yeah, this one's going to be quickly into the post plant. Bomb will be going down while the smokes are still up. There's a flank coming up Banana, but let's see what Wiz can do about this flank. See if he can take care of business. Can't keep Sandclaw alive. Oh, and he's gone as well. Miles with the dualies just popping heads. He's got his two. One for each gun, and now pressure onto the remaining players in sight. They're tucked. They're trying to play patient. They're trying to play safe, but the hit is coming on in, and the kills start to stack up here for Team 1.
Nice. Celebration's already out in pistol around here.
Love it.
I mean, for good reason. That was a fantastic retake. I love the boost over the half wall for Malps. He comes out with the dualies, and Mike's looking for something here.
No, I'm trying to figure out who was shouting. It wasn't Maluk. So, all right, Maluk's not actually seated center. Is that IDK popping off? I think that was IDK popping off. All right. IDK letting him know. Letting him know early.
He's the one we heard yesterday, too, because we were wondering. We heard a lot of screaming coming from the pit when we were casting that Team 1 match. So perhaps IDK, there you go.
He's the pop-off gamer. Because it's funny, you don't really think about Team 1 as being a super noisy team. Maluk's a relatively quiet guy. Malbs is a relatively quiet guy. TRK, Pesa, they like to talk that trash, but it's more, gentle ribbing in the crowd kind of situation as opposed to shouting on stage. So maybe IDK here, he's bringing that element. He has had some phenomenal games here on LAN as well. There was a Dust 2 game where he went something like 18-8 in the first half, and he's a major threat to contend with.
No, he's nutty. We'll see if that performance is replicated here. 1:21 on the clock. Off of that bomb plant, EG will at least get a force buy through. It's going to be Galil's. A little bit of utility, not much. Couple of smokes. Good to maybe gain some space here towards the A site, but in fact, one of them's going to be used for B. Maybe they're trying to attract more attention from Team 1 there, but with all that forward positioning, I mean, Team 1's not really going to move a muscle. They're going to stick with this setup, maybe even have one player fall back from top of Banana to get back to A. And here comes some engagement. Malbs is going to actually get tagged down to 22. They're not clearing Maluk. Maluk's going to get one and only one. Rush with a quick trade, good flick, and now they're going to pincer on over to the B site. This might be a mistake. They could lose their Banana player. They do, so they'll likely adjust and go right back to the A site. Rush peeking around, smoke tossed on forward to guys they're advanced, but it's not good enough. IDK with the 3K, and Team 1 extremely vocal in the opening moments.
All right, there we go. Absolute shutdown coming through from IDK. I mean, great damage done from the Nook, but they were good to reduce it just to 1, but just can't get past the choke point. There's a little space left in that smoke. It's meant to isolate that fight in towards site, give you the space on through, and IDK says no space for you. None whatsoever. All right, timeout going to come through here very early on, as perhaps EG are reeling already. Actually, I see Bob active on stage. So this might be a Bob problem. Bob, in case you don't know, is one of our wonderful admins here. A fixer of things, putter outer of fires, maker of PC worky. And right now he's attempting to make PC worky.
Gotta get PC worky.
Sometimes I just have to be quiet and hope that the mic picks things up.
Yeah. Aye.
Sometimes you just got to see if the mic's going to pick up the pit comms. It is great. One thing that I think is really awesome about some of the things that we've brought in, the Big L tournament in particular, is everybody still in the building?
Yes.
Right? Teams have been eliminated. Only 8 teams made it through to this day of the main event, but this place is full. There's actually people here who I know haven't been here for the previous ones, who presumably could only get out for this one to come in and spectate. I'm seeing fresh faces. I'm seeing new faces, and that's super cool. This is so much about the community aspect, about people being here to celebrate North American Counter-Strike, to celebrate the grassroots, to celebrate community, to meet their friends, to game, to have a good time. And the Big L tournament is a sick thing for that. If you don't know what the Big L is, basically if you take the L in the actual main event,
yes,
you could buy back into the Big L, and all that money goes towards the prize pool of whoever actually wins the thing, and they get a nice L trophy. It's a really cool idea. Makes me very happy.
Big
That's the
L.
thing.
Clever stuff. Well, this round is going to be decidedly to the advantage of Team 1. Only pistols on the side of EG. And already Walco down to 37 HP. They're grouping up towards mid. Nice flash thrown. Maluk is going to have to back off a little bit, but he's got support, and they clear them both. Wiz with 2 P250 frags. They're moving on forward from Arch side towards the A side. A chance here. Still up against the rifles. TRK gets one. Chop hoping to connect on a second one for himself, but no, it does not happen. And that will be a 3v3. Things have settled down here, Mike.
Pace creeping, and he'll start to bring the numbers back in their favor. A lot of positioning control here, but, well, Walco has a bit of a cheeky spot. Only 30 seconds with which to work, and he is being watched for from the player in library. Pace should have this as he comes around the corner. Can't imagine this one's a missed shot. Indeed, it is not. Execution blow from the laser beam that is the A1S. Stanislaw trying to work something, just a little bit of damage. He needs to die, and he will succeed in not lasting through to the next round. Mission accomplished.
Yeah. I mean, nice job by Wiz, a little bit of economic damage at the beginning, and it kept it interesting. Thought maybe they could find that one on the site, but Chop unable to deliver, and IDK, well, he's been solid, as we mentioned. So, pretty standard outside of the opening frags in terms of Antigua for Team 1. And here comes EG's first full-on buy-up with the AKs, the utility belt, everything is ready to rock here. Walco, we talked about a lot, is typically going to be a player that's looking for those entries 22% of the time. He's been going for those over the last 3 months. Maluk had a peek towards mid, didn't see much, and decided that he's just going to play the passive angle at Arch. As Malbs tosses a nade in support of Pace's push here. Pace is spamming through the smoke, and he's saying no, backing off.
Big kill coming in here. Opener for Wiz. A follow-up as well as they tried to peek back in to gain this space. No one's in position to deny B. Maluk trying to come back around, but a cross-smoke will make his life difficult. He's going to go forward to the fight, but that's the trade. Nicely done from the Evil Geniuses, and at this point, it's likely just going to be a save for the remaining Team 1 members. They are locked out. Do they really want to risk this? They've got some cash to spare, but not enough to throw guns away. And while IDK is looking into it, TRK has not come along for the ride. So this one is going to be the Evil Geniuses getting activated on the board, and with Chop still on the other side of the map, the hunt is on here, John.
It is. And I mean, with those 2 frags that came through from Wiz, that actually made the economy a little bit tight here for Team 1, so they really do need to save these 2 rifles. We'll see if EG will be able to come through and hunt these down. They don't look that interested, in fact. They're kind of just hanging around. Not really going to move that much. So the 2 guns will be saved. No problem for Team 1, and that could lead to a reinvestment into this next round.
Could do. There's cash to spare. They'll certainly drop something to spread it around. I think they'll make this one happen.
This was a nice entry.
It really was. Wiz getting the first. It's interesting to swing in on the second, right? Because, of course, they know you're there. It's a boost. So that's a really risky repeat. But they did decide to go for it. The op's going to be up for Maluk.
That's a force.
And they are going to buy in. Pretty solid buy, though. Pressure coming in towards Banana. Mobs wanted to get aggressive on it again, and this time he is checked once more. Pressure and space loss. It'll split the defense down to the 2-2. No one in towards mid. Arch left completely open. And all the time in the world for EG to work this.
Maluk. He shoots now, probably connect on something. Of course, he doesn't know that. and he's just going to patiently hold this angle. EG methodically working their way up, and Wiz waits for that peak to come through. He was hard holding that angle, and he takes down Maluk. That means a 5v3 coming in here for Evil Geniuses. Continuing to spam through the smoke, maybe just looking to make some noise. Not sure they're actually going to commit to this B hit. In the meantime, though, well, Chop is going to take down TRK on the other end, and they can really go wherever they like at this point.
Yeah, a wealth of options, a wealth of choices between these two sites, and well, Pesa just grabbed the op and tried to get around the corner. He did succeed. Certainly doesn't want to stick around. They got to be wary about Chop coming in from the flank, but they are going to attempt this, it seems. They are going to come back in towards the fight. Two players very close at hand. Bomb ticking away, and now Pesa incredibly low, limping on 5 points of health.
Gotta get away.
Like he might just be a goner here, John. He is out of there. So it is going to be the save. We'll see if they're able to hang on to these guns, but regardless of it, I think we're seeing some tendencies from Team 1 that maybe worked against lesser competition, but is going to be punishable here up against EG, right? We're seeing the re-peaks coming in. Maluk dry peeking back in with the AWP in an angle that they knew they lost. No utility to cover it. Ill-advised choices for the Brazilian squad. You know, I can't keep calling them the Brazilian squad when I keep claiming them for NA. For the Vegas squad.
Vegas squad.
There we go. Vegas Squadron. It was a different team.
But no, you're right. I mean, Maluk was re-peeking into angles that have been taken repeatedly throughout the group stage, and it was working out really well for him because the competition, as you mentioned, wasn't able to reply to that. They didn't have the raw aim, and of course,
didn't have a whiz on their roster.
Yes.
Didn't have a whiz.
Wiz has definitely gotten exponentially better since he's been picked up by Evil Geniuses, I would say. We talked about it a little bit. It felt like he was slipping and didn't necessarily have that focus, but once he got the org support behind him, was able to fully commit to Counter-Strike.
Yeah, he was in college before.
Yes, of course.
Now fully committed into living the dream, and that's going to be a nice opener from Maluk. Blinded entirely, just hits the timing shot, and Walku did in fact give him the opportunity. So unfortunate timing here for Evil Geniuses, but a wonderful start to this one for Team 1. The utility is very limited, so if this becomes a prolonged affair, it could be an issue for the defense. Two players towards the pit, one up on the balk, one down below. And a lot of presence towards the site. They're trusting Maluk to just individually hold down Banana, and to be fair, no one's here. So it's a good bet. Good bet from Team 1. A peek in, and those are the rounds, those are the moments. The advantage now given back. A dry peek in towards brackets, a position that was completely given up. And now they're going to start to suffer for it. The take is coming on in. IDK needs to come up huge. He's gotten in towards Mini. That's a massive shield to find, and he will shut it all down. The hold from the pit is good, and it's all due to IDK.
Oh, man. He continues to feel it, carrying over his performance from the previous BO3 that we saw, and he just looks solid. Another 3K here, leading to a 4th round victory for Team 1. You're right, he maneuvered perfectly in pit to isolate the players that were coming from lane, and of course the one at balcony. So IDK, he hasn't died yet. That's not a mistake, right? 9-0 in 6 rounds, just saving when they lose, and of course,
call that an Inferno scoreline.
Yes, absolutely.
Major Inferno scoreline. Actually, the real Inferno scoreline would be like 2-0 through 6 rounds, where you just don't do anything in half the rounds.
Every round, yeah. Stuck on B while they continue to hit A.
It happens, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he has been contributing. Deep Banana control is going to be taken. This time, Team 1 had the utility to put behind it, so it's a much more successful take of this space. That's what they were hoping for in the previous, just trying to do it dry a little less. So they will once again go into the 4-man defense here. Wonder how much presence is going to be required to draw them up. Almost a bit of damage on the spam, but they haven't started rotating just yet, so they will concede this Banana spacing. There's no commitment, though, from Evil Geniuses, so maybe this is just the read from Team 1, and it seems to be.
It's a good read.
Flashbang in for the peak. Kills lining up. Pesa gets 2, and he spots more. Information gained. The bomb down in the dirt, at least for a moment. And pressure now majorly on for the Evil Geniuses.
I think they're going to bail off that A hit. Nothing worked. What a flash from peak. Pesadillo gets himself to 2K, and now Evil Geniuses only 31 seconds left to try and get this hit going. They have the util, so we just need to get it out. Smoke needs to be tossed. Only one player here on the B side. It is Mobs, though. A heavy hitter. And here come the smokes, and Mobs is deleted by Rush. What a peek and a read on his position. Now that's going to guarantee the bomb plant here, Mike.
We've been talking about it. Rush has been looking crispy on these entries. He was a big piece in their series last night against Davenport, just ripping heads en route to sites.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that kind of form coming through from Rush. We know he's capable of it, and he's flexing it here. Flashes to try and get back through Wiz, the first point of contact, but it's a Coffin player who may present a problem. That's Maluk, and he has already struck. The trade is there, but it's all in a Wiz, and Wiz is burning. Oh, 6 points of health. He's got the op. At least he just needs to hit one more. Time is short, but IDK
is a
little quicker. He should be fine. He has the kit. Yeah, there's plenty of time.
Okay.
Not even an issue.
It's good. We're good. He has
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, speaking of Rush on entries, he has the best success percentage in the entries, 20% attempts, but 52.3% success rate on his entry attempts. Good for a rating of 1.04 in that category. So you're right, Mike. He's been very solid there.
Ooh.
Unluckily, though, doesn't lead to a round victory, despite the entry being solid.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they had the space, they had the control, but Team 1 managed to get that first initial pick from the Coffins. Yeah. And as soon as that comes through from Maluk, it's just such a tough hole. Both players are pushing towards new box. The Molotov comes in. They're under so much pressure, and it seems like we might be having a little bit of time going on here. Swapping chairs.
Okay.
What?
That's got to be the first time I've seen that.
Yeah. Did Maluk break a chair? No, that's not for Maluk. That makes more sense.
Okay.
He's swapping with Cacavel, though. So I guess Maluk needed a different chair?
Maybe one of the chairs was, I don't know.
Stiff arms or something? I don't know. Got to get more optimal here for Maluk. I will say, Maluk, not a large dude, so I wouldn't expect him to be chair breaking.
Yeah, definitely not. Probably just one chair at a certain height, and it's easier just to swap chairs as opposed to try to adjust it repeatedly. So I just wanted to go with that.
I don't know.
Again,
comfort is key for fragging, though,
is.
John.
Yes, absolutely.
Got to be comfy to click properly. I see Bob on the other side. Maybe the issue's actually on the other side, and they were just taking advantage of that moment to swap the chairs.
Yeah.
I feel like they didn't actually call a tech pause to swap chairs. It is, in fact, from the EG camp, and they just took advantage to do a little musical chairs action.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's the new meta. Every time a break, all right, here's the CS minigame mode, right? Every time you hit freeze time, you have to be in a different chair. You gotta. Everyone stands up, slides your rolling chairs to the next, slides your Mavics over to the next, and everyone sits down once again.
You switch
That's
setups.
what you have to do. No. Setup maintains. You just swap chairs.
You have to swap chairs.
Yeah.
So you're not getting up
so
and
you all
getting
stand
in their
up,
chair and
you slide your Mavics down the line, you sit back down. So it's about who has that kind of communication and key precision to be able to sit down and actually be ready for the next round. Otherwise, you just got to stand for a whole round.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you only have a certain amount of time to get in that chair.
So not only would it be a game of team comms and coordination and communication, it'd also be about your squats. How strong were your glutes, your thighs? Be a physical challenge as well, because you might just have to be squatting for a whole dang round, John.
That's possible.
It's an endurance game.
Yeah.
I think we've developed the next stage of Counter-Strike. Everyone's waiting for Source 2. I'm not here for Source 2.
I'm here
for the physical challenge.
I'll take that challenge, too.
You can see the steely gaze of Bob staring down that PC, shaking his head. That is not encouraging. Bobbert, saying, you know what? Diagnosis isn't good. We're going to have to take this monitor out back and send it to the glue factory, I'm afraid. Yes. Bob, his dreamy gaze, his glorious mustache, it whispers to me. Whispers sweet sounds of Counter-Strike, sweet sounds of LAN. We need like a romantic soundtrack onto this one. My heart will go on or something.
Really?
My PC will go on. There's a discussion coming on. They got a powwow going on. There's 3 players all just looking at this monitor.
Something's wrong with this
monitor.
Look
of consternation on Bob's face.
Yeah.
The brow is knit. Tension is high here.
I think if we listen carefully enough, maybe we'll be able to hear.
Maybe.
Through one of the players' microphones.
confusion here. The brain trust of EG trying to find a solution. How genius are these evils?
Oh, boy.
I think for April Fools, they should just rebrand as Genius Evilies. Yeah, that one didn't fly with you?
Not really.
You know what? They don't all land. We'll workshop that. We'll come back with more. We'll come back with something better.
We'll try again.
Put that one back in the lab. Speaking of mustaches, all right, Stan mustache, Bob mustache. Who's got the better stage stash right now?
I need to see them next to each other.
Yeah, can we? Oh, that's the best mustache.
Oh, yeah.
The Mustache Masters logo.
Yeah,
Woo!
That's coming soon.
It is.
That's going to be fun.
Keep an eye out on November, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye on the Twitter sphere. Shout-outs to Bob. He does do a lot of help with us for the Mustache Masters. It's an absolute champion. The mustache on his shirt, almost as strong as that on his face.
Yes, I think he does win the mustache stage battle as well.
You think so?
Yes.
I think he's got. I will say, in Stan's defense, as a fair-haired guy who's recently tried to grow a mustache,
it's not bad.
Hard when you have fair hair as opposed to dark.
Yeah.
Like, literally, if you and I had the exact same amount of mustache hair on our face,
yes.
yours would look better. Just inherent by the pigment of your follicles, John. So the worst part was, I was on a boat for 2 weeks recently.
Yes.
And so I did not shave in that time because I was on vacation and on a boat and you didn't really have access to the things I need. So at the end of that, I shaved down to a mustache. And my mustache actually looked fine in person.
Really?
But on camera... So basically, the like middle of my mustache was darker, the edges were darker, and the quadrants were blonde.
Yes.
And the blonde hair just did not show up on webcam.
Gets washed out.
So I just looked like I had the patchiest mustache known to man. It was atrocious on cam, and it was disappointing because it actually looked fine in real life. Griffin, our producer, can vouch. He saw me in person. It wasn't great. I'm not going to pretend I have some phenomenal facial hair, but for the first time in my life, it looked fine.
Mike, you just got to dye it. Just dye it. Pick a color.
That would be weird.
Pick a color. Do it something fun or something, like blue or purple.
And then just have normal hair, but like a blue mustache?
Why not? Or it could go all in.
I don't think it would look. I don't know that I would look good with blue hair.
I don't know if you would. I just
Maybe
said
a
a color
for this year.
Yeah.
Bleach my hair. Okay, you can rate yourself. Would I look good? We're apparently zooming in here. Would I look good with blue hair and a blue mustache? I've done the blue mustache before.
Oh.
That was 2 years ago. We do have some tweets in the meantime. This is a tweet from Fragadelphia. We've got skins. Hit us with your best CS-related copy pasta or chat bind. Use the hashtags FTXFrag17 and hashtag WinsForSkins. And at CS Money in your replies, you can win a pair of gloves. Winner will be chosen today. Gloves are on the line. Let's see some of the options. I think it's hilarious you guys talking shit about Semphis. You wouldn't say this shit to him at LAN. He's jacked. Not only that, but he wears the freshest clothes, eats at the chillest restaurants, and hangs out with the hottest dudes. Y'all are pathetic, lol. That's a classic.
That is a
classic right there.
That is a classic.
A true classic.
Yep.
I think the Galil 35 AR is a much better rifle than an AK-47 solely for the fact that it has 5 more bullets and it packs a punch to the enemy team. Is that a reference? I don't know that reference.
I don't know either.
Either that or you're just wrong.
I know.
B-love_MM. Might as well call you Fork with how much you're feeding me. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a chat spam. That's a chat spam for sure. Twice, this is coming from Twice. He's got Eg.Cd, he's the North American player, but the Titan, he is the French Stars. A true classic. Another good one. They are the French Stars. Eg.Cd is tactical genius. He's most known of his signature tactic, going B, but then going A. He also has second little-known tactic of going A, but also going A. What an absolute legend.
Oh, my God.
This is a museum of excellent Twitch chat spams.
Yes.
You want to take this one, John?
A
classic from Maxwell.
All right. Summary, shots 1 in 5, clearly missed. Shots 6-9, missed due to recoil, bad spray control. Shots 10 to 11, very close, but recoil and inaccuracy make these reasonable misses. Shot 12, likely didn't fire because Hiko was already dead.
True classic.
Oh,
True classic.
Man, I remember that.
Keep going. What do we got next? What do we got next? We got some good ones here.
If Frag has 1 million fans, I am one of them. If Frag has 10 fans, I am one of them. If Frag has no fans, that means I am no more of the earth. If the world is against Frag, I am against the world. I love Frag till my last breath.
Amen, Quasi. Amen. Be like Quasi CS. Love Frag. All right, here we go. My wife cheated on me in 2017 with a man named Robert. Since then, we got divorced and she got the kids. This spiraled into me losing my job and becoming homeless. I've always hated Robert for ruining my life, but not as much as I hate Ryan. Hashtag FTX Frag17. Hashtag wins for skins at CS Money. Shoutouts to Ryan, first in our heart, and apparently last in Jovial _420s.
Oh, poor Ryan.
Oh, here we go. Why not? Why not coming in? You're great. Just need to work on communication, aim, map awareness, crosshair placement, econ management, pistols, opping, utility usage, positioning, bomb plant positions, retakes, bunny hopping, spray control, and getting kills.
Can you imagine someone? I know it's just copy paste. Can you imagine actually someone saying all that?
It's a true classic.
You're okay, but you can improve on everything in the game.
It's a good one. It's a good one. Bind say shrug. This is from Irish1227. That is, the best one. It does. You don't even need a well-timed question mark. Will tilt the strongest of minds.
Yes, and
it's all about the timing. Here's the last one from LECTCS, Lect CS. My team is full of fucking squeakers throwing. I'm done. Player Lect is disconnected from the server.
All right.
Never tilt, folks.
Never tilt.
Remember, squeakers sometimes just need to get a little older and they won't be squeakers anymore.
That's true. I have to say, Mike, talking about that question mark, I do use it.
Yeah?
I do use it
You hit
sometimes.
with the question mark?
I like to be pretty disciplined if I'm going to put the BM in, but the question mark is so very powerful.
The only time that's that I do it is when someone's been talking shit to me in all chat.
Yes, exactly.
And then you dumpster them in a round and you just put a question mark in and leave it, and that's alone.
Or they make a really bad play after talking trash the same way, like just question mark. What the heck were you doing?
That's a good one. All right, what do we got going on here? Who's drinking that water? Hydration going in.
Okay.
We got the steely jaw of Axed.
Oh.
Chomping on that gum. He's chewing on that gum like it owes him money. Well, Rush also chewing on that gum.
It's the new meta, Mike.
Got to have those strong jaws. That's a strong jawline right there.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, Nika's got a strong jawline. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Bob's still out there.
He is.
It's important to have stage candy. Bob brings that for us.
Yes. I think we have a pretty serious problem with this computer. I mean, it's being completely shut off as far as I can tell.
I mean, at this point, Bob's up in the mainframe. He's hacking past the firewall. He's trying to get in there. Do you remember the here's one of the greatest cultural contributions your country's ever given? Something's going on here. We've broken everything in the transition. We are the star. You are the star.
Whoa, hey,
so the greatest cultural contribution from Canada ever, the glorious show Reboot.
I loved Reboot.
Yeah. So Bob right now is fully diving into Reboot. He's actively trying to exterminate whatever computer virus this is and save the citizens of whatever that town was called in Reboot.
Yes, I don't remember the name of the town, but it was all related to computer terminology. It was fantastic.
Thank you, production.
Production, you guys
Pine
are
Cone and Avery.
Oh, that's
we
so
are the stars. Or whoever's controlling this camera right now.
That's awesome. It reminds me, of those cameras they do at like hockey games and stuff, where they put like the graphic over the crowd and they just pick someone to win some whatever contest.
Are you saying we're in a kiss cam now?
No,
John?
No. I'm not saying that. We're not doing the kiss cam. I was trying to avoid that. We're not going there. No.
Why did I not ready to take that next step here, John. That's it's very forward of you.
I will also say
what would
never.
Your wife think? We're having a good time here.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
At Fragadelphia 17. If you're just joining us, if you're just tuning in, let's give you a little summary of what's been going on this weekend. This is a $100,000 open sign-up grassroots tournament. And we had two methods of qualification here into the main event, which has been taking place over this day and yesterday of Frag 17. First, you could participate in the Frag circuit. Tournaments all over the country, online tournaments as well, to earn points, to get the opportunity to actually travel here to book your spot in. So we had 8 teams confirm their spot through that. The other 8 teams came through the last chance qualifier, where we had 32 teams sign up for those slots, for those chances. It was an incredible opportunity. It was a crazy format. It was a dope couple of days of Counter-Strike in that LCQ, because we had some crazy teams, including some coming over from Europe and over in the other side of the bracket. We got Apex, we got Big, we had 2 British teams in Blackhand and 7 AM come on over, the UKCS representatives. So we had teams from all over the world here to compete for a spot at Fragadelphia 17, and we've whittled it down to just 8 now. Actually, down to 6.
6, yeah.
As we continue to eliminate squads. But it's been a heck of a weekend, and it is the greatest celebration of North American grassroots CS. We are the largest non-BYOC tournament, open tournament, in the world, I believe.
Is that still the case?
Definitely FPS. I think it's still the case, especially now that Copenhagen Games hasn't happened in a little while, which is a BYOC. As are so big FGC tournaments, I think, top us, but they're usually bring your own setup.
Right.
So this is the largest one. It's a really cool thing to be a part of. I've been a part of Frag for 5+ years now.
That's
and
fantastic.
It's a really cool piece of CS history to be a part of.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I couldn't make it out for a few times, just ended up busy with other things in life, but my first one, Frag 15, was absolutely such an experience, right? You come to Frag, it's like nothing else, and it's so much fun. There's so much community involvement, too. It's just, it's the best.
Yeah.
You gotta come.
If you've never been to a Fragadelphia, I would recommend it. If you can't get out to Philly, I understand. Geography's tough sometimes. There's tournaments all over the country.
That's amazing, yeah. I love those local tournaments.
Been frags all over the country, so come out to a LAN sometime. Come out and compete. Sign up with your gang. Get together 4 friends. Sign up. Yeah, you might get absolutely dumpstered in first rounded, but that's fine. It's fun. It's all in the experience. Also, CS actually just feels like a better game on LAN. That is 100% the truth.
I do agree with that. I mean, I'm a little older, so my LAN experience goes back to the original Counter-Strike 1.6, but it was decidedly better, even in 1.6, to play on LAN. It's just so much fun. Yeah, I have to play Go. I think I need to do that.
I hear buying in the server.
On LAN.
Stanislaw just picked up nades.
No, but we don't have Walco, at least not according to our UI.
Are we Counter-Striking?
We still have Bob on stage. So
server resuming? Bob is always there. Omnipresent, though. Bob is as eternal as the sunrise. Bob will always be there for me. That's right. That Bob. Just a monolith of calm, cool collectedness. A bastion of hope for this land.
Indeed.
We love Bob here. What would Bob do? What would Bob do? We'll have to ask him afterwards.
We would, yes.
See what he did do. I guess we will find out. Hopefully we're going to get to find out what Evil Geniuses want to do in this round, but it does seem like it's been a while for that. We got Ponolon walking by. He's not acknowledging me, though, so I don't know how they went in their series. Should we check in? Should we check in on the other series? Can we get a score update from that?
Let's do it.
Let's see what's going on, because since Ponolon is walking around, and I assume their second map has started.
I mean, the second map definitely.
Oh, Janji's walking by.
I think they won.
Janji, you guys done? You guys done? Yeah?
Oh,
he's brushing dust off. You want to come give a post-game interview right here? He's going to the bathroom. Probably not.
We got no post-game.
But it does seem to be that was the 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, confirmed, so.
Calm, cool, and collected there from Janji.
So the possibility of an EG versus EG, assuming EG can beat Team 1, which is a very tall order.
That is a big assumption. And assuming this game ever starts again, which is also apparently a very big assumption.
Yes, it is. Man, I wonder what's going on. I'd love to know that.
Do we have any idea of what the issue is? Audio issues question mark is the response that we got, which is the devil. They are the worst. Audio issues are the spawn of dark forces. Never trust.
Oh, I see Walco back in the server. I see it going live potentially, Mike.
Counter-Strike?
Live in my ear.
Counter-Strike? Is that allowed?
It is.
Is that allowed, John?
It is very much allowed.
Do we get to talk about this game of CS?
Yes, we do.
We're only slightly past when I was supposed to start. You know, it's all good. It's all good. We're all fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. Into the action we go. Limited buy for this one as Evil Geniuses are going to try and get heated back up off of that cooling time off. Out for Team 1 as well. Maluk peering down mid for the moment. Been playing home towards B quite a bit, but he'll take back up his traditional spot. Chilling at the arch. Maluk, CT side, Inferno is always something to be reckoned with, man.
It really is. Let's see if he can start lighting it up on the server. Nice nade toss there. It's going to do a lot of damage to Rush and Stan. As EG are just trying to flood in from apartments. Will they get the first kill? No, but they find the trade. IDK, who's been so very good holding on from the A site, is going to get another 3K, Mike. Easy peasy for him. And it's another round victory for Team 1 as well.
IDK is 14-0.
Yep.
Just going to let that statement stand. Speak for itself. 14-0.
Yesterday was the same thing. I think it was TRK, though, that wasn't dying. I can't recall. But they had one player who was 0 deaths for 11 rounds in yesterday's match.
That, it turns out, is helpful.
Yes, absolutely.
Not dying in the game of Counter-Strike does help you live and get kills, technically speaking.
If you're not dead, you are alive.
Big if true. Big if true, and big in this round is that Malbs has just chewed through 2 players. So they got nothing doing off the start of this one. This was the investment from Evil Geniuses, but they are completely stymied on their first foray. Stanislaw and Trop will have to take a seat on the bench and watch this one play out because it's not looking good early days.
No, not at all. Even on the full-on buy-up. First 2 players lost in the early moments of the round, and Wildco is just going to post himself up here near Car at top of Banana. Rush will join them, grabs the bomb. Maluk, a chance for an engagement. Is he going to get the peek? There it is. Maluk fires and connects. Now his teammate goes down, but he's good for a second. Looking for the 3K, spots out the barrel, and finds it. 3K for Maluk. 7-2 for Team 1.
Five-round lead, no bomb plants in a while. 4 rounds stacked up in a row here for this Team 1 side. This is where things are starting to get a little concerning if you're Evil Geniuses. This round's not out of whack just yet. They can absolutely still make it close, but the last couple of rounds, Team 1 have just looked so comfortable from start to finish, right? I mean, maybe some pressures come in. This time it's going to be faster with the pistols, maybe something in towards apartments, but there hasn't been anything to force the Brazilians into getting uncomfortable in quite a while. Maluk and Frisky with it.
A little aggressive there.
I just have to, you know, he knows the timing. He knows the timing. He's got the clock in his head. It's all good. So fair chunk of utility into this round, though a lot of it's been spent on that banana fight. And once they throw this salvo of smoke, you'd imagine they want to take the space it affords them. So here they come. It's a wrap in towards Arch. Arch is vacated. There's a big old space on the map. IDK is coming to try and fill it, but he might be here a little too late. And indeed, they've crossed back in towards Spawn. Now pressure's coming on in. This B spot's going to be tough. They're past him. He doesn't realize. Oh, no. He's down for free. Pesa will at least take care of what's in his front, but he doesn't realize how close. They're right on the back, and that's a shot to the head, and suddenly this round is completely out of whack. Guns can be picked up. This bomb is going to be planted, and this is the opportunity for the Evil Geniuses. They just slipped completely past IDK, and that's led to total disaster. IDK gone, so now it will be left to TRK to try an entry back in. Rush is looking for this.
They see him.
They do. But seeing.
Okay. Wow.
And killing.
Damage.
Different things. 1 bullet away from death is IDK. Stand and Trop. Trying to see this one through, and time is starting to expire. We do have kits. With 1 wounded player, you can't really trust the stick on that guy. And now damage is going to come through. It's going to pull him off of the defuse, and there it is. Trop with 2. Massive round to steal away for EG.
Wow, what a play. What a decision, right? They just find the space and the gaps right up into bracket, go and slip through Arch. It's not even realized by the player that was in library. Eventually he peeks out, and Chop is right there to deal the death blow. And after that, you only have 1 player isolate on the site, and through the Molotov, but then immediately the smoke comes in afterwards in the peak, and he wasn't even looking there anymore. So it was a very nice play, nice sequence for Evil Geniuses across the board. And now they finally secured themselves a third. It's still a significant lead for Team 1. They will have the full-on buy-up coming through, although Malb's a little bit lower in terms of money, so he settles for the MP9, but still a very formidable gun. And he'll play up close and personal, likely towards Banana. Rush has worked his way up towards mid. The rest of his team is hanging back, 1 in alt mid, and the other 3 around Banana. And there's just a bit of a utility battle happening here at Banana, as is usually the case. Walco, the tip of the spear, is going to have a poke and a prod towards that half wall. And the rest of his team, or I should say whoever's left here, which is just Stan, will follow suit as well. Gained a lot of space here, Mike.
Utility's starting to go out. The question is, did they realize Eg.C's still here? They threw a Molotov. They might think this is clear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Timing could be bad here if they don't realize a player could be tucked into the cubby. They'll take contact with Maluk, and that might just be enough to distract. They're watching for it. They're aware of the possibility. There's the off shot, but Rush.
He's going to wait.
There's a dead man, and there was the patience, but he took what he had in front of him. And it's now an advantage found for Team 1 with time starting to get short. There's only 25 seconds. They'll readjust towards the B site, but look at the presence for Team 1. They've got the bodies here. They got control of the rotation. They have everything set up beautifully for this defense. Now they just need to execute. Bit of damage, bit of information. Smokes are in to give some cover, but off the top of the flower pots comes another kill. It's all falling apart. It's disastrous. Now 10 seconds, the bomb down. They have to go. And Team 1 knows this, so they're coming through the smoke. They've denied it. The round is over. And everyone survives for Team 1.
Wow. I mean, just what a play from Team 1. And the awareness, right? With 30 seconds left on the clock, they see the one player pushing through. Easy frag for IDK, who wasn't even suspected to be in cubby. And once they get that, they say, okay, no one else is coming towards A. We've looked into mid. We're full on rotating towards the B side because that's the only place they could possibly go. And everyone was ready for that. Even had the flower pots boost. Malls with the MP9 racking up the cash. And now he's upgraded himself to an A1S. So everything is going well for Team 1 now. They've already taken this half with 8 rounds. And they're looking to make it 9 now. Nade connecting for some damage onto Wiz and Walco, and the utility battle appears to be going the way of Team 1, but they've still got 4 players waiting here on the EG side. Just the hero AK in Wiz's hands, and everyone else onto the pistols. Malbs might try to get cheeky. Perhaps a flashbang going to get thrown for him. He just pushes through and gets 2! Malbs, what a play! Wiz and Walco are dropped, and the rifle is gone as well, and Pesa is going to pitch in for a frag onto Stanislaw as well.
Oh, some miscues early on with this banana aggression, but now they're feeling themselves. You don't want to test them here. It's full AKs up on the CT side, which is always nice to see. The war trophies. And there's just not a lot doing. This is an A1, A4. Never mind.
Yeah,
I lied.
Still one.
TRK is ruining it all. He's feeling the tooth fairy here. He's coming for their teeth. He's trying to steal them from him. Timing. Back turn. Freebie. Teeth collected. Drops got just gums remaining. And this round is over and done. Another clean one for Team 1. They're near double digits. It is indeed. And look at the cash they've got available, right? The money has built up. They've stayed clean over the last few. They barely have to reinvest into this one. They're going to have a buy in the tank at a minimum, whatever happens here.
Just the land performance coming through from Team 1 keeps getting better and better and better.
We will see time for EG. To be fair, they have had struggles here on the T sides in particular, especially on this map. This is not the first time we've seen them put up a weaker T side. So I am curious to see whether we get enough of an idea after the half switch to know whether this was just a half or whether it's a really concerning sign.
I would, yeah. Let's hope they recover here on Inferno, because on Dust 2, not necessarily their home ground. So.
No.
And it's Team 1's home turf.
Definitely a potential vulnerability here.
Yeah, we'll see. Still far from over.
Yeah, certainly. You get 5 rounds, everyone's happy.
There you go. Exactly.
All you need.
Yeah.
All fine. Maluk does not have a lot of interest in giving them any rounds, to be quite frank. Utility will come in to force him off the angle, but hey, chuck a nade on in, and suddenly the space is denied. Look at that chunky damage.
That's a chunky nade.
Oh, Maluk. He's feeling it. He's chunking them down. He's making a stew out of those chunks. And he's feasting. That stew's delicious. That stew tastes like victory, John. That stew is seasoned with the tears of your enemies. Every time they go for a little bit of a poke, the utility is just perfectly timed from Team 1. They're immediately shut down. That's what the CT side can do. That's why it's so powerful to delay a take. Here comes the pop. They're moving on in towards A. They got one in the pit, but IDK says, no, not now. And they'll have to go back up to get the bomb. Stanislaw finally a kill. We'll check if that was his first death after this, but it's all onto Walco. And Walco's out in the open. He's at least got the C4. He's at least got in towards the site. He's got 3 targets to find. He's going to force this bomb down, knowing this is his only window of opportunity. But even on the flank comes Malbs, and at his front there are too many foes. So Malbs now poked and peeling his attention any which way, and Maluk will put him down. The bomb defused. Double digits confirmed for T1. And was that, in fact, IDK's first death.
I think so.
Let's check.
No.
No, second death.
Okay, I missed the first one. Still.
He is in fact mortal. He can bleed. They can kill him.
17-2 though.
Yeah, it's all right.
In 12 rounds. It's all right. It's all right. He's okay.
They're doing okay over in that
He's pretty good at Counter-Strike. He's pretty good.
Okay.
Maluk hitting the wall bang. They're just feeling it right now on Team 1's end there. They're vocal. They're excited. Smiles across the board. Timeout forced out from the evil geniuses.
I do find it interesting that IDK sits middle instead of Maluk. I wonder if it is because he's the most vocal.
Probably.
Because he gets loud with it.
I mean, even distribution.
Yeah, they can hear his reverberation
exactly
evenly on both sides.
Precisely.
Emotional leadership, as we call it.
It's undervalued, I think.
Someone was talking. You were talking about emotional intelligence yesterday, right? Someone
not
was.
sure about
Someone
that.
was talking about emotional intelligence, and Phi questioned whether that was a thing, and we had to school him. Well, that was on the broadcast. That was with Ryan.
I wasn't there.
We had to educate here.
You got it.
But emotional leadership also very much a thing, especially in a game of Counter-Strike where momentum and emotions can matter so much. EG really cannot afford to let either of these next two rounds slip, and it all starts here. If they're going to make a go of this, of their map pick of Inferno, they need to give themselves a proper chance. This is the moment. A flashbang to deal with Maluk's peak, but he just goes back for more. Oh, no. He is not cowed by that flash. He says, yeah, okay, vision cleared. Let's try it again. And down goes Chop. No mercy out from Maluk. I'm loving seeing this. We've talked about the cyclical nature of his individual performance. Well, right now, he is popping.
Yes, absolutely. And I think the cyclical nature comes down to his teammates and how comfortable he is with them. And here, I mean, it's obvious, you know, having played with them for so many seasons, whether it be recent or a long time ago, it doesn't matter. Maluk is ready to fire on all cylinders. He just calls the strats, and his teammates know exactly what to do. A lot of the communication is non-vocal in some situations. You just know what to do based on what happens in a round, especially on that CT side defense. Rush. Going to toss a nade on forward. Malbs is waiting here, holding the close angle, and decides to back off a little bit. Is he going to go to second oranges? No, they're going to probably do the new box stack. So one on top, on the bottom. There you go. Good setup towards that B site. Ensures the trade will come through. And actually, Pesa ends up going back to second oranges. Doesn't matter, though, what's happening at the B site because the hit's going to A. 33 seconds left. It has to go in this direction. Let's see if TRK and IDK are up to the task again.
On comes the hit, on comes the execution. Seconds here, they move. IDK's the first hurdle to get past IDK. He's got time, but he's just now getting the kills, and there comes the second as well. He slowed them down, only 12 seconds. They still have to contend with the pit player, and that bomb has to be forced down. Now TRK leaves just one isolated. Walco just now attempting to plant, and he is a goner. At least some money secured, but not even a whisper of a hope of the round.
IDK's been good for 2 frags in pretty much every single round. There's another 2 coming through. He self-flashed himself out. Both players, in fact, 3 players couldn't see him. He got 2 of them, and then the third one recovered to take him down. But at that point, though, the attack had been completely neutered. They managed to salvage a bomb plant out of it, but, I mean, that's not going to mean much here as we're into the 15th round of play. Team 1, a decisive 8-round lead, looking to extend it to 9 for a 12-3 half. EG needs something, anything, to light a fire under them at this point because Team 1 has taken control of Inferno. TRK going to toss that Molotov down the middle. Malbs, nade forward, and the confidence is flowing, perhaps overflowing here on the Team 1 side because Stanislaw is going to take down Malbs, who got over-aggressive, pushing out. Pesa continues to repeat. He needs to fall back or else he'll be the next victim.
Molotov in. They're trying to go for some information. Pesa almost might have won another swing. Yeah, he'll dump the smoke. Now they've got a little bit of a foothold to defend from. They can back off. Or apparently stick around and dive in for another fight. Pesa is playing with fire right now.
Here.
Oh, Malbs was already burned. Pesa saw it happen and said, that looks like fun, sure. Let's give it a try. I think I'm fireproof. Let's find out if he is. Flashbang well timed, and in fact, he will be up in a cinder. Nice Stanislaw with 2 solid entries for his 3rd kill of the round. And this one is looking like a tough retake for Team 1. 2-1-5. At least maybe a 4th round bookended here for EG, barring some heroics.
We've seen it before, though.
We have indeed. TRK has been able to be relatively quiet this game, but he is a man who at any moment can tear his opponent asunder. Here comes the play. Here comes the first foray, and it won't be this time. Stan on for the ace. Stanislaw One more kill needed, and Maluk is not going to be able to escape, so that might be the hero play to bolster this team, to give them some life, but no, Chop snatches that one. Still, a 4th round at the minimum here for EG. That gives them something to play off of as we hit the switch.
Yeah, Stanislaw just taking the team on his shoulders there for those 4 frags and deciding we got to win at least one more round, and they do get that 4th, which is really important. It keeps Team 1 at least a little at bay as they switch over to their T side. But you mentioned it, right? EG not the best in their T side of Inferno, so 4 rounds could be workable as they switch over to the defensive end. Oh?
Come on now. Not again. Please? Time's still ticking away, so I think we're good.
I think we're good, Mike.
I just heard the death noise and got panicky.
I'm looking around. The players have their hands off their mice, so we could have an issue.
No, we're good.
We're good.
We're good. Everyone's buying. We're good. They just had to talk it through.
Yep.
They just had to talk it through. A little bit of chatter coming in here. A rallying speech. Right now, Stanislaw is in their ears saying, remember, if we click their heads before they click our heads, we will see our way to victory and glory. And glory on deck. But this pistol round would make them feel a whole lot better about their chances to actually see it through. That nade is well timed.
Wow, look at
players softened up. A hail of utility on the site, and the T's are in. They're making their way on through. And Walko has found one, but it's an instantly traded. 2 kills going the way of Team 1. Advantage in their lap. Oh, Maluk is such a good spot here, too, but not the kill. Maluk usually so good on the pistols. Will be stumped after just the one. Now there's a chance for EG. Do they have the kit? No. They need to get in here quickly before you know it, and TRK has no interest in allowing this game to be competitive. He is continuing to fight in. It's just left to Stanislaw. Stanislaw's out of position. Even on time, this is going to be a tough ask. And without the kit, his chance is just slipping on away.
Wow. I mean, I'm a huge proponent of just forgetting about the armor on T-side pistol and buying up the util because of exactly that. You can just completely wipe out a site with smokes and flashes and walk right in and get the frags that you're looking for. So yeah, only 2 players bought up armor in that round. The other 3 favored the utility, and it went very, very well. 12-4 for Team 1, and now Evil Geniuses have the force buy, but it's getting desperate on their side. They need to at least do some damage here against Team 1 in this round. Luke.
I mean, I'm going to say it right now.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. I know this is a brave statement.
Yes.
But it's not looking good for EG.
That is a very brave statement, Mike.
I know. Controversial. Get in the chat. You know how dumb that take is. Tweet at JRT TV with 2 little E's on the end of it, and let him know how dumb my take was. Get in the DMs. He reads all his DMs.
You could just follow.
And there we go. Okay, never mind. Signs of life for EG. The crossfire in mid has completely dismantled this round for Team 1. They kicked the trap. They stepped right into the mouse trap, and it's all over their toes now. Their nails are cracked, looking weird and purple. And it's all just left to Malbs to try and find the ointment. And he's got no ointment. He's got no ointment, John. All he's got is disaster.
Mikey cursed them. Cast a curse.
May have been attempting to do that. Who knows?
Clearly we're attempting to. Either way, Evil Geniuses come out with a surprise round victory there on the forest buy, but Team 1 walked into the spider's web, and then, Evil Geniuses sprung and took them down. So, Team 1 going to force up back in the direction of EG. We're going to trigger the force buy wars. We'll see if they can come out with the victory here with just the deagles in hand and 2 pieces of util. One of them, a decoy. And it gets tossed on forward to the top of Banana. The other piece is a flashbang. So we're going to use that. Nade flies through. It's good for a ton of damage onto Malbs and Maluk. But Maluk gets, Malbs gets one.
Malbs
Chop
Deeg
trades him out. Malbs Deeg is quite scary. And
it only gets one out of the Malbs Deeg, though.
Yes, that's true.
You trade 1 for 1 on the Malbs Deeg, you're breathing a sigh of relief. That is well worth the price. You lose a life to take out the Malbs Deeg in a round. It is a ferocious entity, but I will say the IDK Deeg, the TRK Deeg, the CASA Deeg, on the sneeze at. These Team 1 Deegs, they're ferocious. One more down. Bites the dust. 2 players coming in towards B. It's just 1 defender. If Chop gets his head erased, this could be a bomb plant.
Yeah.
So he'll slink further in towards the site, calling for rotation. Stanislaw coming in to support. And the flashbang is well timed. This buys space. This buys room. A smoke can go up beyond it. Utility being really well deployed means that that molly is not going to be very good. And now Chop capitalizes. Just down to TRK. Bomb dropped as well. Very little to work on for TRK to even find damage. And it seems like EG are going to get through the rounds they need to really make a showing of the CT side.
Signs of life on the North American squad as the final frag does come through. TRK dropped through the wall, and now EG have 6 rounds. So Team 1 only, quotation marks, doubling up on the scoreline of EG, as opposed to having their sizable lead that they walk into this half with. Off of that force buy, they will be on an eco, so it should end up being 7 rounds for EG. But there is one pistol bought up, Mike. Can you guess who got the deagle?
Is it Malbs?
It is Malbs, correct.
Is it the Malbs Deeg?
It is the Malbs Deeg.
My favorite of things? I do love me a good Malbs Deagle. And well, let's see what we can get here off of the Malbs Deeg. Oh my. They're grouped. They're going to burst on in through the bracket. There's only one player fighting us initially. That's going to be Wiz. Got to be a bit wary here, but the long-range duel with the Malbs Deeg, none of those shots really landed. Certainly didn't find home in Wiz's skull, and so instead, there will be no Malbs Deeg in this one. Or Pesa.
Nope. No Pesa, no Malbs, soon, no Maluk, perhaps.
Or, unless, but maybe,
well,
he's feeling Maluki.
He's got a chance here. And he gets it.
Hey, there we go.
That's good.
There's that Deeg. A tag on the rush just doesn't much matter if you just got the Glock. And at this point, it's looking pretty dang comfortable. Yeah. Unless IDK, yeah, no, never mind. It's all good. It's all good. They'll try and make this expensive. Every man that touches this Deagle has found danger. That'll be the extermination from Rush. This is fine, though. Some of the lesser rifles lost. Rush can't find the better gun, so he'll chill on the Galil. That's fine. Still, they're able to buy back in. They're able to get the op up for Wiz now. This is something they wanted to do for the first gun round, presumably. And over on the other side, the investment of the Deeg means that Malb's limited in this one. He's pulling out the Mac.
Still a lot that can be done with that Mac 10. Just put it at the front of the push. Hope for the best, potentially down Banana. A lot of nice jumping frags with that Mac 10. And it looks like they are going to have some heavy presence towards top of Banana immediately. Is that Malbs? Indeed it is. He goes down, and so does TRK right by his side. Chop and Walco delivering those frags. And a quick 5v3 in favor of the Evil Geniuses. They have to be feeling good about that one, knowing that Team 1 just got back on the buy. And Chop, a perfectly placed shot, takes down Maluk, and he is just rolling along. The round's already over, Mike. Clean for EG.
Clean indeed, and suddenly the gap has shrunk right down to 4. And here's the thing for the Evil Geniuses. These CT sides always do look good. It's the first half, right? If they just get enough.
Yeah.
Seems like they might have enough here, John.
Only one so far for Team 1. Yeah.
Let's see. Team 1 only got the pistol. They only get 12. The EG fans are spamming in chat right now, I'm sure. Might be the case. Limited buy in this one. Explosive play with the pistols on deck over towards B. Those nades, somewhat chunky, softening players up. There's a 1-for-1 trade. Utility's going to come back from the other side, and it will burn TRK alive. Or at least something in terms of inroads. Problem is all the reinforcements are here now, and so these 3 players, well, they're really going to have to get something magical to even have a chance at the bomb plants. It's not looking likely. Smokes down, vision obscured, sightlines blocked, further damage in. The Molotov might just polish off some. At least for the moment, there's still a chance for Team 1 in this. The cross player through, flying into tree. What a play from Pesa. One found, no more. Good
almost,
damage.
Almost.
That was wild out from Pesadelo.
Get a sliver of health, Mike.
And that's all you need if they don't shoot you back.
Yeah.
They don't
dodging
tap.
bullets with that Tech 9 movement speed.
Wiz keeping them off the site. IDK though, 16 health, but hey, he's clicking right now. He's trying to slip back. He's trying to make the cheeky play, and that unfortunately is going to be watched for. Walco has it.
What's happening?
I don't know. We got a little fan section here.
Yeah.
They're just shining flashlights at us.
I already have enough lights in my eyes.
Feels like the laser pointers in a stadium type of situation.
It's kind of cool, though.
Something's going on here. We got our fan base.
I think
we got our adoring
fans.
fans.
Maybe Morse code. I don't know. We'll have to decode that after.
But what is going on is that there's only 3 rounds that separate these teams now, right? Evil Geniuses are continuing to chip away at this lead for Team 1. This is the best buy they've had since the half switch. They're looking to establish themselves. Look at this play from Stanislav. So aggressive here. Down mid, and he's caught Maluk. His counterpart on the other side, that's all he'll get, but damage onto IDK and information as well. The positioning towards Banana. They went for the stack, though. They left B vacant. Unfortunately for them, Team 1 did not call their bluff because now they can settle back into the defense. Quite capitalize off the information that Stanislav got. His presence in the apartments hasn't been discovered just yet, John, and they might go hunting. They might go looking. They are. They're hunting. They're creeping. They're creeping on out. This is going to be information to float the second player over towards B. The utility's still down here. In towards all mid. There goes one. There's the connection. Now they can't stick around, but that's going to propel Team 1 into the site. The question becomes, are Walco and Wiz ready to hang on? Wiz into the angle. Does he realize one's already in towards the pool? Oh, the kill is found, but they're pushed off. A gap is present. If that bomb can get towards site, there's a chance for a plant at the least. Still 2v4 and a very wounded IDK means that this is going to be a tough ask. This is going to be a tough draw for sure. And a retake for EG.
They got it, Mike.
Is about to be on. 2 nades still available. Chop and Rush, if they check these in, IDK's in for trouble, and indeed, he is sent skyward. Just on the bombs now. He's blind up. He will get that first. A little bit awkward there for Chop, but the quick trade is there. And it's never in doubt for the Evil Geniuses.
I like the chance of Let's Go EG in the crowd. And honestly, yeah, they're doing pretty well for themselves. They've jumped up to 10 rounds, only at 4 in that first half, are on a 6-1 run here to kick off the second half of action and are looking strong. The thing is, Team 1 are back onto their buy-up. They need to start picking up the rounds here on their T side, but we're seeing the EG defensive end looking as strong as we kind of expected, because the T side is definitely their weaker side on Inferno. Stanislav going to be charging down mid, or just tossing a incendiary, excuse me, down mid. That will charge down, and he's going to hold his ground. Peeks around and will back off of this. Smoking to get tossed in front of Pesadello, and that will slow the advance of Team 1 here as Pace is peeking around the very edge of this smoke. Very slight gap there, but it's not going to give him much information at all, so he's just going to tuck in here and wait for a potential push to come through, which would be punished almost instantaneously. Wiz holding that common angle towards Banana now with the op.
And as these Molotovs fade, they are going to take the space. Nade is timely. Chunky at that. Moms was up further than they expected. Uh-oh, Walco's been lost. Now pressure on towards Wiz. He'll try and keep them at bay. He's casting a spell on this one, and a peek back through the smoke. That's madness. Oh, that was almost catastrophe. Rush is eliminated elsewhere, so advantage here for Team 1, and with that damage onto Wiz, this could be bad. A friskier play from EG than we are used to seeing. The bomb will be planted, and with the numbers at a disadvantage, this could be a withdrawal. I mean, they're going to do it.
Money, Mike.
They're backing out.
They don't have to.
They play the percentage game, though, and this is no longer the percentage game. What's the calculation here? Utility's being committed. They are going to attempt. They are going to go back in, but I think this first kill might cook them out. You can tell they don't want to go for it, and indeed, they're bailing. They are bailing. They're conceding this round. That's going to be 13 on for Team 1.
I think they were just playing off Wiz, saying, look, you will draw our util. If you get a frag, we'll move in. If you don't, we're immediately going to withdraw, and he just couldn't find anyone. There are no targets that he was given, so he just backed off. Sands coming in here. Okay. Gets 2. Doesn't have time for the refusal. He knows he's going to go down anyway, so just tried to keep IDK there longer, and it was enough. I mean, he got 4 players down in that round, or they got 4 players down that round. Only Pace is surviving. But Team 1 at least get back to the winning ways. They end the 6th-round win streak and get themselves a first.
That is the rare context where that's a worthwhile exchange for the CTs. That's a worthwhile hunt for the CTs.
Yeah. Agreed.
Just 1 set lost, and you got plenty of cash available here, and you find so much damage off of it. Means that this is going to be the reinvestment for Team 1. But if this doesn't work out, well, the bank is drained. The bank is empty. the retake is back on.
Just want to say, Mike, I did like the way that execute was done by Team 1. They knew they might lose a player to the off on that angle, so they sent them across in order to get the util thrown and then isolated Wiz into only that one frag. So really well played. And Wiz was a little too ambitious with his attempted peek. Lucky to be alive. But
about to take contact here. Here's the double peek in. It's a 1-for-1. No, 2 found from the other side. EG coming out worse for the wear on that exchange. Now major pressure in towards the site. It's just going to be Wiz present. The AWP, and he's all alone. His teammate's trying to rotate in to help him, but with his positioning towards Arch, Maluk wants to deny. That was a collat. What was that?
No.
A no-scope, a secondary shot.
No-scope.
And he is brought down, but it's all just down to Maluk in this cheeky angle.
That was 2 shots.
2 shots, yes. Indeed, John. But the hit is coming in. Maluk finds one. Down to just the clutch. Maluk and Walco here. Into the graveyard goes Walco. Maluk has no idea of the positioning. He's making noise onto it, and Walco will wait for his prey to fall right into the trap.
Oh, man. If the bomb was on his back, there's no way he tries that. And Walco just had the advantageous position over there in graveyard in that 1v1 chaos, though. And the op shots were unbelievable from Wiz. Hits the first one, then the no-scope afterwards pretty much made it look like a collat with how quickly it happened. And then Walco, as mentioned at the end, unreal. EG are powering themselves back into this map on their CT side. Stanislaw already lining up the incendiary to be tossed down mid, hoping to dunk on someone. But look at Team 1, Mike. They've just got the pistols, 2 Tech 9s, and 3 Deagles in their hands. The util set is pretty decent, so they can get a proper execute going, but the shots are going to have to ring true, which they have, to their credit, with these Deagles.
Nice nade on the Malbs. Rough for him there. There's a fair chunk of utility. Actually, these HEs from the T side, where are they going to throw them? Pit? They got this brackets control for free. There is no one in pit for once, but it wouldn't be a bad bet. For sure, and they will indeed. Unfortunately for them, that gamble not going to be effective, and now Rush is well positioned to deal with this push. 2 already found. It's a shutdown in this round. Maybe Maluk finds some space, but he's got to go now if he's going to do so, and it's going to matter into the round. CASA, big shot. They don't expect this angle. Maluk finds one. Uh-oh. This round's not over yet, but not enough bullets for Maluk to see it through. Just down to Pesadelo. He's still got to deal with a player on site, and so many reinforcements coming on in, and we are just 1 round away from a tied scoreline.
Wow.
Slow, methodical CS. That's how this EG team plays.
Always have.
Every game seems to come to 30 rounds.
Without fail, pretty much. I think we can probably count on 2 hands the amount of times it hasn't gone down to the wire. And there's been some pretty dominant victories for this EG squad, but most of the time you get this very tightly contested Counter-Strike, methodical, structured, and patient. Malbs going to toss some utility on board. It looks like Team 1 have a slight edge potentially, but this smoke's going to keep them at bay for a little bit longer. They want to throw the Molotov through the flashbang potentially to gain more of that space, but in the end, it's going to be EG winning that battle, so they've shrunk the map for Team 1.
Flashbang's over. Nice shot for Wiz. There's the opener. His second as well. They re-peek him, expecting him to have come off the angle, but he's done no such thing, and now the reinforcements are here because they do have this deep banana control. There's plenty of time left. Team 1 could theoretically bail off of this. The problem is IDK is the one with the bomb, and he's the one poking on in towards the site. So if that kill comes through, they are definitely committed. He's still sticking around porch. They're grouping for this. They're massing for it. Chop's waiting for this exact play. His mom's going to give it to him. Oh, he will indeed. The leg spotted. That's a killing blow now. Disaster for Team 1. They've been blanked so far into this round, and they're trying to approach the site with everybody here. EG so very ready for this, and it's 35 seconds hit the clock. They're just running out of opportunities. They just got to go. It's all on IDK. He's not got a kill. He's not got a chance. He spotted the one, but they're going to be bringing the pressure, and here come the swings. No getting away from that one.
Wow. I mean, just great work from Wiz on the op. Once Evil Geniuses get control of Banana, they filter Team 1 into mid and bottle them up in bracket. Once they were there, they were just fish in a barrel for Wiz to deal with, and of course Chop over from Cubby. So extremely well played for EG. 13-13, Mike. It was 11-4 at the half in favor of Team 1, but their T side has fallen flat.
Fast play up banana, they go. Many pistols. Lots of util out from both sides, though, denying them the space, at least for the moment. HE could be meaty in its timing. Indeed, it is. IDK torn to shreds. His teammate's not looking a whole lot healthier. This is already looking decent for EG. Now they just need to find a few of these killing blows here, John. Molotov is going to start to parboil mobs. They're getting them ready for dinner.
Cooking them up on a silver platter.
I don't think you cook on a silver platter.
Serving them up on a silver platter.
Yeah, you can serve them on a silver platter. I don't know if you could cook on a silver platter. You could it would be a bad idea.
Probably a bad idea.
I
but
feel like the silver, what's the melting point of silver? I feel like I might melt onto whatever you're cooking.
It might, maybe you could just on the stove top you could, but not in the actual oven.
Wouldn't recommend it, folks. I also wouldn't recommend facing off with the bomb in towards Walco's rifle right now because they've got control of the site, but it doesn't matter. They took the bomb right to their foes, and so Walco will comfortably see that round through. Nice 4K for him.
Yeah.
He's not going to put a silver platter on the stove.
Nice lead for EG. First one they've had.
First one they've had this map, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It is indeed. And look at the capital they got. Look at the round the game Wiz is having. 27 and 17.
I mean,
he's heating up here on the CT side.
This reminds me of the Wiz way back when, I think in, we're talking way back, Mike, when the New England Whalers were playing them in the playoffs.
You're talking about when he dropped 70 kills in a game.
Yes, this is the type of Wiz performance we saw. And it's so, we were waiting to see him come back with it, and I feel like, at least on LAN right now, this is impressive from him. This is the Wiz we know and love.
It's definitely one of those developmental pieces on this roster that we'll look into the future of. Here's coming utility in. IDK will have to catch that. He'll have to sit on that, and Walco find the opener here. They're bottled up in banana once again. This oppressive utility usage from the CT side is just, it's taking its pound of flesh every time Team 1 want to gain ground. And there's a little bit more. Throw some more on the scale. Throw some more weight against them. It's just pain round after round, and that's not even the right Brazilian team here. Team 1 just catching nades. Pesa, it's like they got magnets in their skulls for shrapnel. Pesa, can he just find a kill and sell a little bit of a fake? No, the answer is no. And instead, another player floats back into this defense. They might be locked out of sight. This might be a bomb plant, but a Molotov will at least slow that down. TRK has to wait. He's trying to get this planted. But he has to wait for the flames to extinguish. That will be conceded. But he won't even get to take all three into the post plant. This is brutal. Now a player's working up banana. They may not even need it. Here's the aggression from Mobs. He's got two.
Oh.
Finally, somewhere for them to play from. Control of the church. They might need to send a prayer up in the meantime because this retake is still coming on from EG. Pressure on in. The banana player will peek. TRK is totally exposed, and indeed he goes down. It's all on a Mobs. Time ticking away, but plenty available, and the double swing is there. The defuse is on. Map point is salvaged.
This is unbelievable. 11-2 run for EG. Trying to cap this off on a 12-2 run. And looking at that scoreboard, we talked about it, Wiz, 28 and 17. The only player cracking 20 frags on the squad. And Chop behind him at 18 and 19. Is he the only positive player too? I have to check out the scoreboard again. But either way, he has been a key piece here to shutting down this Team 1 squad. And not forgetting Stanislaw in that last round of the first half. Without the 4K that he pulls off, they don't get those 4 rounds, and perhaps the momentum doesn't build up in the same way. Team 1 on their last legs. Need 2 round victories in a row just to push this one to overtime. Maluk has already eaten so much damage from the utility, down to 23 HP, but Team 1 are not going to be deterred. They want this early banana control in the round, and they've got it. Smoke's going to get tossed out for CT. They do have presence towards the A side as well, and they're trying to make noise here to keep these players on A and prevent a rotation from coming through so that these 3 players that are going to go down banana will have less resistance getting into the site.
Smokes the choke points. T1 held at bay. We're hitting a minute on the clock. They've not got a lot of utility for the execute. They got two smokes and two flashes, and that is it. No mollies, no nades to clear angles. It's just going to be about this take towards B. You've at least got the lurker and Pesa who might be able to catch somebody on rotation, but he's even mollied off, and now the hit comes through. They need to execute. Mobs has the first, the second as well.
Okay.
That's a worthwhile exchange. The health is abysmal. And the rotation is already on, but Mobs has gone deep in. He's got this angle. Pesa has found one on the lurker as well, and Mobs is erasing them. The aim is coming to play, and Team 1, they're not ready to let this slip just yet. They're looking for overtime.
Oh my goodness, what discipline and great composure to take that round and pushing up Banana. They took the early space as mentioned and never rescinded it. Mobs was able to cross on over, in order to keep an eye on anyone who might be coming from the site. And in the end, utility was solid, and they didn't really have that much resistance to deal with towards that B site because of how good a job the other two players did to keep 3 players from Evil Geniuses over on A. Mobs going to be pushing up now. They're looking for that aggression to come through again. He's already made it to the half wall. Nade sails in, and luckily for him, he moves away and doesn't take that much damage from it. Returns the favor and more towards Walco, who's trapped behind the sandbags. He's got the support, though, and there's the opening frag from Chop. Could he get a second? He does! That is a 5v3 in favor of EG. They continue to pressure here and find themselves a third. Only TRK and Pesadelo left for Team 1 and their hopes of pushing it to overtime.
This round is coming apart for Team 1. Disintegrating before their very eyes. They need a hero play. TRK has been quiet all game long, but we know what he can do. Now would be the moment to step up. Now would be the moment to shine. He's around the corner and towards the entrance. Utility being deployed here. That's going to hold players, presumably for EG. They're floating back in. For now, it's a duel with Chop. A one-on-one isolated by that smoke. And they got to go through. They've got to go through. They've got to pressure. Pesadelo finds that. At the cost of much health. The spam, fortunately for them, does not find home. They're going to have a chance for this bomb plant, and they do get the numbers punched in. But now it's a question of holding on against the retake. They'll pressure on through, and Stanislaw takes both. The game is done. Evil Geniuses fighting back from a massive first half deficit, but they have done so. They have done it. It takes the full 30. And this EG roster does love to play the full 30, but this time no overtime needed. They've done what they had to do, and their own map pick is secure.
Oh, man, was it a tough way to get there, though. Starting the second half down 4-11, but they pulled it off, even though Team 1 showed some heroics, getting that bomb plant down 2 rounds in a row.